This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
When you're out on the street, you see firefighters that are men. You don't see firefighters that are women.
Tonight, the push to get more women in the fire service. A week-long camp is allowing St. Louis area women to experience battling the blaze. Good evening, and thank you for joining us so much at 5 o'clock. I'm Holden Kerwicki. Brent Solomon has the night off. Today, 30 women attended the camp that's hoping to fill a void in fire departments everywhere. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay takes us to the action in Florissant.
This is the first ever Fire Up St. Louis Female Fire Camp. Departments from across St. Louis County and St. Charles County came together for the weekend with one goal in mind.
I just want them to know that whatever it is they decide to do, they can do it.
For some, this was their childhood dream.
I have wanted to be a firefighter since I was 4 or 5 years old.
For others, the desire came a little later.
It really wasn't my first career choice. I wanted to be a meteorologist.
No matter the path, though, there's one thing in common.
I've always liked helping people, and I thought it was an exciting job to get into.
I just really liked the environment and helping people.
But a nationwide problem is stopping a key demographic from putting on the uniform.
When you're out on the street, you see firefighters that are men. You don't see firefighters that are women.
That's why departments across the St. Louis area dedicated this weekend to firing up females.
I think the main reason we do it is a lot of times women don't think they're capable of doing this job.
Kristen Trope and Kate Freshman put the 3-day camp together in just 4 months after getting the idea from a training conference back in September.
We feel like this will give the women a completely judge-free and empowering environment that they can try out our field.
From classroom sessions to hands-on experience to putting it all together at the end and running a house fire simulation. Trope and Freshmen are hoping to change the narrative in their field.
I actually can't tell you the number of times we'll get pulled over at a grocery store or at a school, and they'll be like, "Are you a girl firefighter?" And the little kids have no idea that's even an option for them.
While empowering women that they are capable of anything.
It's even more meaningful to me that they can take this into their personal lives and they're like, oh, if I could do that, then I can accomplish this.
The camp will continue on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The organizers are hoping to make this an annual camp. In Florissant, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
The camp is for women ages 18 to 40. Organizers say for the coming years, they are going to have a scholarship to honor a fellow firefighter that died, allowing them to carry her name throughout the camp. We are in a weather alert today, and if you're taking a look at video that we shot just a few hours ago over at the Kirkwood Farmers Market, it looks like all the beautiful flowers there are in bloom. But they might need to go back inside very soon. We're expecting some frost early tomorrow morning. Meteorologist Jim Castillo joins us now with a look at our weather first forecast. And Jim, are there any steps that we need to do to try and prepare for that frost tonight?
Well, cover it up. Anything that's, tender vegetation. I'll show you who's covering it up now at Kirkwood. You can see them doing that and take it inside. I had to do so myself. There are 4 different things I had bought and had to bring them inside because it's going to be really cold tonight everywhere. So weather alert for the cold. And there it is, the Kirkwood Farmers Market, and they're covering up the plants. And they'll be doing that not only tonight, but also tomorrow night. A freeze watch. A new freeze watch has been issued north and a little bit northeast and also west of St. Louis. But current temperatures right now, boy, it was a chilly day, wasn't it? Temperatures are in the 40s right at the moment. And early Sunday morning, we're in the upper 20s outside of St. Louis to low 30s, and in the city in the mid 30s. The wind will be dying down. So freezes and frost warnings and advisories, they're widespread across the entire Midwest. So cover up those sensitive outdoor plants or bring them inside if you can. And I'll have a little bit more on the weather forecast and when this cold gets out of here and how much warmer it'll get next week.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Developing tonight, police need your help finding information about a shooting in North St. Louis overnight that killed a man. It happened just before 1 this morning at the intersection of Claxton and Lillian Avenue in the Mark Twain neighborhood. Police say they found a man shot in the head inside of his car. He died at the scene. Police have yet to release his identity. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. This marks the 42nd murder in St. Louis City this year. This week, the future of the most commonly used abortion pill was at risk. Tonight, women across the country can still access mifepristone by mail, as the Supreme Court ruled yesterday to preserve women's access. NBC's Bree Jackson reports from Washington with a breakdown of the decision and the next steps.
The Supreme Court granting a stay, allowing the abortion pill mifepristone to remain available for now. The case now returns to a lower court. This comes after a Texas federal judge's ruling suspended the drug's FDA approval, raising concerns beyond the future of medication abortion. Justices stepping in on this issue less than 1 year after overturning Roe v. Wade. As more states restrict abortion access, the Biden administration is mounting a full court press to protect it.
The president has been very clear. This administration has been very clear. We are going to continue to fight for women's reproductive rights.
As Democrats make their position clear, there's division within the Republican Party as the GOP struggles to craft a unified message.
We know that abortion will constantly be a political talking point. It is, by its very nature, a highly divisive issue which was never settled.
Some moderate Republicans fear the party's stance on abortion could become a political liability heading into the 2024 presidential election, while Democrats hope it energizes their voters. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
In response to the Supreme Court's decision, Planned Parenthood of the St. Louis region released this statement saying, in part, quote, "This is welcome news to the tens of millions of people who have held their breath to see whether yet again federal judges would abdicate their responsibility to uphold our fundamental rights to equal dignity and bodily autonomy."